Hare. Okay, so what is he saying? He's saying that the phalam, the wishes, the boons that one gets is also antavattu. Antavattu means it is going to end. It is perishable. And next, what is he saying? Devan deva yajo yanti. So whatever the worshippers of the demigods will go, where will they go? Devan deva yajo yanti. So where? To Devan. They will go to Devan. Devan means what? To demigod planets. And Mad Bhakta, my Bhakta. Mad Bhakta, where will they go? Yanti Mamapi. They will come to me. Devan, Deva Yajo Yanti. Whoever is doing the puja of Devas will go to Devas planets. And Mad Bhakta, my Bhaktas, whoever is praying to me, will come to Mam Api. They will come to me. So they will go back to Godhead, back to Godhead. So it's a very, very eye-opener shloka. For those who say, oh, hey, you can take any road and you will reach the capital city of India. You can go to Delhi from any road. All paths lead to Delhi. You can't say that. No, 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 no. If you want to go to Delhi, you have to take a particular road. Maybe that highways that have been made, maybe NH5, NH10, NH15, whatever. The same way, if you want to go to Krishna's abode, we need to walk on the path that Krishna is asking us to go to. We can't just say, okay, Krishna, you are asking us to come, we will take another path, but we will reach you. No. Then it will take a bahunam janmanamante. Then keep on taking a birth, birth, death, and then maybe one day we will realize that, okay, our path is that side. So Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that the whole spiritual principle, that is, whatever you will aim for, you will get that only. So very important for us sadhakas that whenever we are asking also something, we should be very careful as to what we are asking. If we are worshipping devatas, we will go to the planet of those respective devatas after we, of course, we leave our body. Lord Krishna is saying, whereas those who are devoted to him will go back to his abode, which is Goloka. So then a question comes again that when reaching God is the ultimate destination, then why is Lord Krishna or God trying to steady our faith? To worship the devatas. Why does he have to do that? It's the example is simple as that when kids join primary school, they cannot stay at the same level forever, right? They join. Then they are promoted to next grade. You start with the easy subject, very, very easy to go, and slowly you go to the advanced level. You can't directly jump to graduate level. So you're going slowly. As you are going slowly, the primary school itself is very, very important and necessary because you need to have a base. And then slowly the students outgrow that and keep moving higher and higher. Similarly, if we also worship Devi Devatas, that's primary level. Okay, we need to outgrow. We can't ever sit in grade 3 and say, okay, this is the best thing. Then we will become Alpa Medasam, men of low intelligence. We will remain there. People who have graduated will have more intelligence, right, than us. So we cannot become Alpa Medasam. We have to grow. So we need to outgrow that and move to Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is not for primary school students or just the beginners who wish to attain devatas and who want to go to demigod planets. No, it's not for them. But for those devotees who are wanting to seek a higher purpose, they need to have. So since devatas themselves are within the cycle of birth and death, so whatever fruits, whatever boons, whatever wishes they are granting us has to be antavattu. It is also perishable. But Lord Krishna is imperishable. The fruits what he will give from out of his worship, of course, will be everlasting because he himself is imperishable. So those who are worshipping the eternal form of God or Lord Krishna, upon death, where will they go? Of course, no need to say that. We will go there in his abode, and we will definitely stay there for ever to do his to render services unto him. So in this Kali Yuga, worshipping Krishna means what? Chanting the holy name of the Lord. Just like today, Anuja Mataji was chanting. It was so peaceful, so nicely she was doing. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this way, Krishna has made a very, very, very proper point for the worshippers of Devi Devatas that they will go to Devi Dham, Devata Dham, and then return back to this material world. But those who worship Krishna will go to his abode and not return back again. So this is a very important point that he has made in this shloka. So after this, what Lord Krishna is going to describe is another category of people. Now he has told about Devi Devta worshippers, right? Now he will talk about another category who surrender to the Brahma Jyoti, the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. So they are called, that is why, because they surrender to impersonal effulgence of the Lord, that is why they are called impersonalists. So let's see what Lord Krishna has to say about them. So why demigod worshippers consider as less intelligent? Let's see who will want to read this. These are small, so Pratima Mataji may not opt for it. Anuja Mataji may volunteer, or Snigdha
Yes.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Gita Mataji raised a hand. Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
please.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yeah, whoever can read those small font, that's why.
Okay, Mataji. Intelligence stolen by material desires. Last, fruits are limited and temporary. Basis of choice of worship, different modes of natures, different demigods. Lack of knowledge about Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna makes faith a steady required by a living entity to worship the demigods. Krishna bestows benefits through the demigods to living entities. Result, to the demigods planet keeps one in the material world a place of misery. Krishna's devotee. Result, go to the supreme planet of Krishna. Result of demigod worship are all perishable. Result of devotional service unto Krishna is unlimited and eternal.
Hare Krishna. This was just a summary. So I had to put the small font because when I was making it, the font wasn't fitting in. So I'm sorry, but I had to make the font very small. Okay. So demigod worshippers, you can continue reading Mataji if you don't mind. Nature.
Yes, Mataji. Yes. Nature follows Karma Kanda section of the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita 8.16. Attracted to material enjoyment, seeks quick results. Philosophy believes that one who worships a demigod can reach the Supreme Lord. Bhagavad Gita 7.23. Accept demigods as equal to Krishna. There are many gods. A particular demigod is supreme instead of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 9.23. The world is meant for enjoyment. Bhagavad Gita 4.12. Goal, dharma, artha, and karma. Bhagavad Gita 7.23. Sorry, Mataji, this is
Kama. Dharma, artha, kama, not karma.
karma. Yeah, sorry. Mentality and attitude. I am the enjoyer. Desires superior enjoyment in higher planets. Bhagavad Gita 9.20 to 21. False prestige. Intelligence lost due to lusty desires. Bhagavad Gita 7.20. Action. Perform prescribed duties. Worship demigods. Bhagavad Gita 7.20 to 23. Performs sacrifice. Result. He achieves higher planetary systems and enjoy until his pious results are exhausted and then returns to the middle planetary system. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. So this is the nature of demigod worshippers, The nature is because they're doing all rituals and all, they're attracted to material stuff. They want material stuff. They want quick results. Their philosophy is, okay, this demigod is also equally good because he's giving me everything. The mentality is like that I am the enjoyer. It's not about Krishna. So they have that false ego in them. And because they're so lusty, they are after all the wealth and the material stuff, and naturally then they are going to worship demigods because they are getting it very quickly. It's not as quick. You worship Krishna, it's not easy to attain something. A diamond is not so easy. So the result is they will get something whatever they are desiring, but they have to come back to this earthly planet. So let's go to 7.24. Avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyante mama buddhayah param bhavamajananto mama vyayamanuttama. Yes, please. Whoever wants to read. Snigdha Mataji is the only one who raised the hand. Yes, please.
May I, Mataji?
Yes, please.
Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme.
Yes. So Krishna had described the four categories of people who don't surrender to him, four who do surrender to him. And then he felt that, there will be a question asked that they don't want to surrender to Krishna, but want to surrender to someone else. What about them? So then again, Krishna had started explaining that there are certain classes of people who want to surrender to their different personalities like Devi Devtas and all. So after describing that Devi Devtas worship also, he said he's continuing to describe about those people who are trying to surrender to the Brahmajyoti or the impersonal feature of the Lord. So what is Lord Krishna telling over here to us? Abuddhaya. Abuddhaya manyante mam. Abuddhaya here, again buddhi. So again Krishna is repeating less intelligent men. Again he is repeating. You can see that, right? So he's saying again, abuddhaya, less intelligent men, manyante, or think about me as. Manyante means keep manan karna. So they keep thinking about me as what? What do they think Lord as? Avyaktam, vyaktim, apannam. So how are they thinking about the Lord? They think that the Lord that is there was avyakta. Avyakta means impersonal, unmanifested, you can say, non-manifested, unmanifested, impersonal, avyaktam. And now he has become vyaktam. Means now he has become personality. Krishna was actually an energy, or Krishna was impersonal, maybe some effulgence, some light, and now he just came as a victim or just as a person form. So Lord Krishna is saying, Param Bhavam Ajanantaha. Param Bhava. So less intelligent persons, they are Ajanantaha, without knowing. They don't know. Jante nahi hai. Janna, ajanna. So Ajanantaha, they don't know. Without knowing that Param Bhavam is there. That is, there is a supreme existence, Param. There is a supreme existence of the Lord. They don't know this. Ajananta, they don't do, jante nahi hai. And along with my supreme existence, what is there? Mama avyayam anuttamam. So what is that? Uttamam. My supreme form is imperishable. Mama avyayam anuttamam. It is imperishable. It is avyayam and it is anuttamam, the highest, the finest, the most supreme, the best. So these two features, the impersonalists will never be able to understand that Lord Krishna is imperishable, avyayam, and he is also anuttamam, which is the best or the supreme or the finest. So that is the essence that Lord Krishna is trying to give over here to us. Very, very important shloka for all of us, as knowingly, unknowingly, sometimes, we get into this trap of calling impersonal feature of Lord as supreme. There we talk about energies and focus and all that. And personal form is like, it is under or subordinate to this impersonal form. So we get into that mode unknowingly or knowingly when somebody is talking. And people very vehemently they debate on this topic most of the time, that supreme being is formless. What are you talking about? There is no God, there is no person as such. What are you talking? It's only energy that you're getting. This is the vibration, energy, focus, white point, red point, God knows what. So they talk about Lord as a formless God, while others claim that the debate goes on between personal and impersonal form. So even those who are agreeing to both aspects of God's personality, sometimes they also get confused. Of course, the impersonal feature of Lord is also there, which is Brahmajyoti. It is there. It is the effulgence of the Lord. So they also get confused that which one is preceding which one is higher, which one is lower. They are also under that confusion. So, but Lord is very clearly telling over here, right? So did the personal form of God manifest from the effulgence, from the formless, or it's the other way around? So they are also having that confusion. So here in this verse, Lord Krishna is telling very nicely, is resolving this debate. He's saying that God exists in spiritual realm eternally in his divine form. Mama avyayam anuttamam. He is very mama, I. Avyayam, I am imperishable. He is saying on By his own mouth, he is saying, Mama avyayam anuttamam. I stay, I am eternal. The ignorant will not understand this point, that he is magnificent, he is uttamam, he is avyayam, he is imperishable nature of the personal form. So the divine personality of God, it has not manifested from the effulgence or the formless Brahman. No, right? It is there, eternal, it is primordial, it is there. So the divine light has emanated from the Lord. It has come, it is coming out from his body. We know that story about Lord Krishna, right? When he went to steal butter in the gopis' houses, and the gopis came and they complained to Ma Yashoda. So Ma Yashoda said, okay, you can, you know what you do, you can just switch off the light, then he will not be able to go and steal the butter. But then slowly, when saw, they saw Krishna still stealing. Then the gopis again complained, and they said, he has broken all our pots and all that. Then Ma Yashoda thought, okay, maybe it is because of the jewelry. So she takes off all the jewelry also. Then again, the next day, same thing happens, and they peep and they see so much of effulgence. So where is it coming from? From the body. So the divine light that emanates from his transcendental body, that is the formless Brahman. So there is no difference between the two forms. It's not that it's from body of Lord Krishna only, right? It's not that this one is superior, that one is inferior. There is some effulgence coming out of my body. It does not mean that one is inferior and one is superior. Nothing like that. But in God's personal form, his name, his form, his virtues, his abode, his leelas or pastimes or associates, all these they manifest as an extension. These are all the extension of his divine energy. Whatever is there, they are all his extensions. So in this formless Brahman, even though all the divine potencies are there, it's Lord's effulgence only, right? All the energies are existing, but it is in a concealed form, right? You can't relate to it basically. I cannot relate. If I see a person in front of me, I can. If I'm seeing some sort of a light, will I be able to relate to it? Very difficult. So after describing all this, we understand that Krishna's name, his form, his qualities, his pastimes, these are all eternal. So he is always there. Then why is it that we are not able to see him? Why is it? So Lord is going to answer that question, why we are not able to see him. What is the cause of the ignorance that we have? Naham prakashas sarvasya yogamaya samavritah mudhoyam nabhijanati loko mamajam avyayam. Yes, please. Nobody has raised, so I will read. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my eternal creative potency, Yoga Maya. And so the deluded world knows me not, who am unborn and infant. So it's such a beautiful sloka, because here he had already said, right, having said that Krishna, he is the eternal form. He said, I am Avyayam and Anuttamam, right? His form is eternal, his abode is eternal. Question that comes to our mind is, why is it that we are not able to see Krishna? So this is very, very important question that we all need to know, right? That Krishna is giving answer to this. Here Krishna is saying, na aham prakasham. Na aham prakasham. Nor do I manifest in front of whom? Whom do I not manifest in? Sarvasya. I do not come in front of anyone and everyone. I don't come like that. Na aham prakasha. I don't manifest. I don't come in front of sarvasya. I don't come like that. Right? So here everyone refers to not the devotees, but the unintelligent ones, not the sadhika. We are all, unintelligent ones only. Has yet to go towards that highest path of devotees. Yoga Maya Samavritaha. Because he always manifests. But then, how is he saying that he doesn't manifest in front of unintelligent ones? He is doing something here. What is he doing here? So, Yoga Maya Samavritaha. He is covered by Yoga Maya. So, by his internal potency, he has got internal, like a curtain. You can say like a curtain. If you don't understand the internal or external potency and power and all that, let's say that Krishna is there and there is a curtain drawn. And then he says, Mudhoyam nabhijananti. Therefore, Mudha we read, right? Among the four who don't surrender is one is Mudha only, foolish. So therefore, those people in front of whom Lord is not manifesting or Lord is covering himself with a Yoga Maya curtain or the curtain of his internal potency, they are Mudha, such Mudha or foolish people. These people cannot understand, he says, Na abhijananti. What they cannot understand? Loko mam ajam avyayam. They do not understand this loka, this all these people in the loka, they cannot understand that I am ajam, unborn. I am avyayam, I'm inexhaustible, imperishable, and I'm infallible. So these loko, these log people, ma, ajam, avyayam. They do not know that I am ajam and I am avyayam. So why we cannot see people? Why we cannot see Krishna? Why the impersonalists who are so much detached from this material world still not able to see Krishna? Because Krishna himself is covering. He's covering with his Yoga Maya potency, with that curtain. That curtain is in front of Lord Krishna. That's why we are not able to see. If there is a curtain is removed, we can see Krishna. Right? So he's covered with that. That's why we are not able to see. So when Krishna appeared some 5,000 years back in Mathura in the jail, and then when he was transferred to Gokul, Mahavan in Vrindavan, Krishna was doing all the pastimes, right? And again he came back to Mathura to kill his uncle Kamsa, and then he again went to Dwarika where he killed so many demons, personalities and all. So is it that people then also were not knowing Krishna or not knowing who was Krishna? They knew who was, they could see Krishna, but did they know who was Krishna? Krishna is not manifesting in front of anyone, right? Yes, this is the thing that we need to understand, that even when Krishna was present in this world, not everyone was actually knowing Krishna, right? Krishna was not manifesting in front of everyone. Like, for example, Duryodhan, Krishna was there right in front of him as Supreme Personality of Godhead, but still that personality did not understand Krishna as Supreme Personality. He always thought, oh, he was another mortal being, maybe powerful. He is having some magic, some jadoo, you know. But when it came to Pandavas, they always respected Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is why when Arjuna had gone to Krishna, when Yudhishthir had asked him, ordered him, in fact, to go and ask for that Sena. What that Sena is, that Narayani Sena of Krishna's. So Arjuna didn't ask for Narayani Sena. When Krishna said, please ask what you want, he asked for Narayana, Krishna, because he knew that if Supreme Personality of Godhead is on his side, where is that question of defeat? Pandavas knew, Bhishmadev knew, right? So Lord Krishna had mentioned two of his divine energies earlier in the chapter also, in 7 point earlier in this 4 and 5 shlokas, right? He had told, I have material energy, I have Jiva Shakti or the superior energy. Then he spoke about his third and powerful energy, which is called Yoga Maya. He spoke about that in this chapter only. And he had told that he had three main energies, Yoga Maya and the, material energy, Maya. Even in present, even if we are fortunate enough to see the Lord, even today, if he comes in his personal form, do you think we will be able to recognize him? Until and unless we are eligible for his divine vision, the Yoga Maya that curtain will be drawn. We won't be able to see, right? So it may be said that, oh, Krishna was, he was there when he was over here on this earth, everybody could see him. But he did not manifest as Bhagavan to everyone. Krishna was present, but only a few people, right? Like Bhishma and all, they came to know. He was not revealed to none of them who was not a devotee, a common man, they could not make out. So this human life has been given to us. It's so precious. Right now we think that, oh my God, if I am a mosquito, will I be able to understand all this? No. So we have got such a precious human life. So we should be able to connect to God. We should try to connect to God. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time, waste of our life. So we need to have that intense desire, intense hankering to see Krishna personally, serve Krishna personally. So when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we can pray, O Srimati Radharani, Oh, energy of Krishna. Oh, Hare, 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 Hare is what? Radhe, Radhe, right? It's the energy of Krishna. Energy of Krishna is Radha Rani. So, Radhika Raman, please engage me in your devotional service. Please appear to me, reveal to me, come in front of me with your beautiful name, form, past tense, abode, everything. Just it can become a very nice prayer when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, right? So here Krishna says that I cover myself with that Yoga Maya potency. So there is a question that if when the curtain is drawn, then see obviously the people on the other side, they cannot see the person on this side, right? So the question is that people are not able to see Krishna because of the curtain. So the doubt may come, is that so that Krishna also cannot see them because the curtain is there? Krishna is on the other side, we are on this side. So we cannot see, okay, but can Krishna? What about Krishna? So Krishna is going to answer that question in the next shloka. So let's see that. So before that, text, who will want to read this, please? Qualification of understanding Lord Krishna.
Yeah,
Hare
Mataji.
Yes, please. Anuja Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Qualification of understanding Lord Krishna. Only to pure devotees, example Pandavas, Bhishma, and few others. Except devotees, all consider him as ordinary. Result of being impersonalist, they do not know Lord as unborn and infallible. Supreme Lord, absolute truth, hides from foolish and unintelligent. Lord gets covered by his internal potency.
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Knowing Krishna as source of both material and spiritual energies, let's see that. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. Yes, please. Rajeshri Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Very nicely, Hare Krishna. So Krishna has told that I cover myself with Yoga Maya potency or that curtain, and the less intelligent, the mudhas, cannot understand this. But then there was a question that that curtain is there, but obviously less intelligent people cannot see Krishna. That's there. But the question is that Krishna also cannot see them. So Krishna is answering over here. He is saying, Veda aham, I know. Veda aham means I know. I know what? I know everything. Samatitani, I know everything. Samatitani, everything I know completely. So, past. He knows Samatitani, everything past, and then Atitani. Samat, Atit means past. So, Samat Atitani means, Sama means everything, Atit, past. Vartamanani, I know everything, whatever is in the present. Cha Bhavishyani. And the Bhavishya means the future. I know Atit, I know Vartaman, I know Bhavishya. So past, present, and future. And O Arjuna, he says, I also know Bhutan. I know all the living entities also. But Mam tu Vedana Kaschana. But me, Mam, me. But, tu means but me, Vedana Kashtana. Nobody knows me. I know. So it's very clearly he said, right? When it comes to Krishna, he knows all the past, but we cannot remember anything of the past, right? So in this verse, God is declaring, he is very clearly declaring, right? That he knows Veda Aham. I know Samati Atitani Vartamani Bhavishyani. Oh Arjuna, I know everything. Mam tu Vedana Kashchana, nobody knows me. So, so Lord is saying He's the knower of past, present, future, everything. We are very much forgetful. We don't even know what we did 1 hour ago. But whereas God is omniscient, He knows everything. So He remembers, He is keeping the record. That we have to completely understand. Even whatever is running in their mind also, that is why this thing is very, very important. Whatever we are thinking, whatever we are saying, and whatever we are doing. So words, the deeds, and the thoughts, of each individual, Lord is noting it down. And he is each individual soul of this universe. You can imagine how efficient God is, right? We can't even manage 10 people under us. He manages the whole universe and many other universes. So he writes down everything throughout their life, whatever single minute millisecond also we have thought of, it is there in the record. Since, the infinite lifetimes, God has been maintaining the stockpile of our karmas, sanchit karma or stockpile of karmas of each and every soul for endless lifetimes. Why? Because he is the governor of the law of karma, right? He has to dispense the justice. When the time will come, when the soul goes away, he has to take a form of another being. At that time, who will tell which being he has to get into, which body he has to get into? Lord will decide. He is the dispenser of justice. So only by God's grace we can know him. Only by God's grace. Mam tu Vedana Krishna. No one knows him. So our material intellect that we have right now, it does not have the capacity. Not at all. We don't even have the qualification to know him. Right? So, like, if you're joining Bhagavad Gita class very late, for example, and I've come to 26 now, we started from 23. So that the 3 shlokas that we did, if I ask you, you'll remain confused. What is being discussed, you don't know. So Lord Krishna doesn't have that kind of issue, right? He knows everything. So Lord Krishna says, I know everything. You may not know. We will not even know the last 3 shlokas, what we did if I have joined late. Forget about the whole lifetimes and Bhavish and Atit and Vartaman. Nothing we will know. So Lord Krishna has to reveal to us. So on our own, we don't have the capacity, we don't have the qualification. So after this, the next 4 shlokas, Lord Krishna is going to speak about very, very important stuff. He's going to talk about how the whole living entities in this world, they're covered with this illusory potency, illusion, Maya. And along with that, he also is going to tell about the solution also, how to get away from this kind of covering that we have. So let's see that. इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन द्वन्द्वमोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहं सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप. Yes, please, Pratima Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Translation: O scion of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. Hare Krishna.
So reasons, what are the reasons for this illusion that we are into it? We are into Maya. So what are the reasons? So Lord is describing now in the next few verses also that how we are so confused, always bewildered. We are always confused. All the time we are put into illusion. All the time we are in Maya. So Lord Krishna is telling very clearly, oh Parantapa, right? O Bharata, O Parantapa, O conqueror of enemies, O descendant of Bharata, Bharat Vansh. So he's saying, Ichha Dvesha, Samutthena, Sarva Bhutani, Sammoham Sarge Yanti. He's very clearly telling all the living entities, Sarva Bhutani, all the living entities are born in what? In Sammoham, into delusion, into this confusion. And Ichha Dvesha Samuthena Dvandva Mohena. And this happens, when does this happen? When does this confusion happens? When bewildered by dualities, Dvandva. Dvandva means dualities. And illusion, Mohena. Mohena means when you are into illusion, when you are into Maya. That is when it happens. When are we confused? When we are in Maya, completely in illusion. And this arises, or when does this arise? Samuthena, from what? Ichha, number 1, that is desire, and dvesha, which is hatred. Because of these 2 reasons, we are into illusion. The moment you remove the desire, the moment you have no hatred for anyone, you see where you will land. Srila Prabhupada very nicely explains in his purport also that our real position is not to be in this Ichha and Dvesha stuff. We should be the real servitors of the Lord completely. who is all knowledgeable, right? We should be serving him, only and only him. But the moment we move away from Krishna, we are pounced by the Maya, right? They're controlled by illusionary energy. If we are not serving Krishna, we are serving Maya. So then we will not be able to understand Krishna at all. So this illusory energy or the Maya, this is, manifested in duality, dvandva. What are the dvandva? Desire and hate. Because of desire and hate, everything is happening because of desire and hate. You try and think tonight before going to bed. What is the reason for anything that is happening in your life? It is either desire or it's either hate. So due to desire and hate, ignorant person, whoever it is, mudha, they want to become one with Supreme Lord. They some people even envy Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the pure devotees, they are not confused, they are not deluded, they are not contaminated by desire and hate. They know what they are doing. They can understand that Lord Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has appeared by his yoga maya or internal potencies, right? So they are into that Krishna consciousness. They are God's, completely into God consciousness. And the spiritual realm, they know it's the manifestation of his yoga maya, internal energy. But whoever is in this dvandva or duality, they are ignorant and they are thinking as Lord has been created by material energies, like how our bodies are made up of. They are thinking, okay, God is like us only. So that is the, you can say, misfortune that we are having. So they are into this the dualities of man, apman. We will come to 12th chapter, like where Krishna is going to describe about his who is very very dear to him, the devotees, where he will talk about man, apman, misery, happiness, honor, dishonor, man, woman, Indian, American. If this is my wife, this is my house, this is my property, this is my money, this is my wealth, this is my children. So completely, these are all dvandva. These are all dvandva, duality. So these are all dualities of delusion. So those who are deluded, who are confused, who are into this duality, they are foolish, says Lord Krishna. So ichha dvesha samuttena dvandva. That dvandva is because that is the reason we are not able to understand Lord Krishna. So after having said that, living entities are confused, they are bewildered, so they cannot understand Krishna. The question is, who can understand Krishna then? Is there anyone in this world who can understand Krishna? So Lord will answer about that. Will anybody understand Krishna? So before that, let's again do the graphic thing. How living entities are covered by Maya? Yes, please.
Hare, can I, Mataji? Yes. Desiring how living entities are covered by Maya, desiring to enjoy separate from Krishna are put under Maya, delusion, separation from pure knowledge, thus covered by illusory energy, effects or manifestation of illusory energy, duality of desire, hate. Symptoms of such delusion: wants to become one with the Lord, original sinful desire of living entity, envies Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, original hatred of living entity, thinks Supreme Personality of Godhead is created by material energy. Manifestation of dualities of delusions are dishonor, honor, good, bad, pleasure, pain, man, woman, etc. How can they get free from the covering of Maya? Recognize Krishna's supremacy, become a devotee of Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So this is what it is. So we go to 7.28. Yesham twantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva mohanir muktaha bhajante mam dridhavrataha. Yes, please. Whoever wants to read, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now the question is that many people they are bewildered by this illusory potency, right? The Maya, and they are bewildered by the dvandva or the dualities of this world. But the question is, who are those people who can actually practice devotional service, who can actually do bhakti? So Lord Krishna is going to tell us. Let's see what Krishna says. Lord Krishna says about this in this shloka. So here Krishna is saying, Jananam punya karmanam. Jananam punya karmanam. So in those janas means people who live a life of punya or live piously. Jananam punya karmanam. Those who are doing punya karma. Among all these people who are doing punya karma, who lived like that in the past as well as in the present, who are doing punya karma. So what happens? And also along with that, yesham tu antagatam papam. So whatever sinful activities they may have done is completely eradicated because they are doing punya karmanam. They are freed from it. They dvandva moha nirmuktaha. They are freed. They are nirmukta or freed. Freed from what? Dvandva. Duality. How does that duality come? Because of moha. So also that is there is delusion, such as such people are there. Bhajante mam dridav prata. So such people, what do they actually do? They are engaging in devotional service. They are thinking about me. They are remembering me. They are all the time thinking about me, says Lord Krishna. And with what they are thinking about me? Dridav vrata. With full determination, they are thinking only and only about me. So who are the ones who are actually practicing bhakti? Those who have lived their life in a very pious way. That's what Lord Krishna is. So who can remember Krishna? We were asking the question, right? Who actually knows Krishna? Who can remember Krishna? Who is eligible to remember Krishna? Krishna is telling over here. Jananam punya karmanam can remember me, can actually practice bhakti. Who can practice bhakti? Jananam punya karmanam. Those who have lived their life a very pious way. And once all the sinful reactions are completely gone, vanished, eradicated, such people are the ones who can actually practice bhakti. And without what? Dhrida with determination. So don't know if this shloka is very clear, but surely we have little hope, right? Because devotional service is very powerful. So let's see that what hope is there for people like us, who have committed, may have committed some sinful activities. Maybe, in the past, we don't know. But sure shot in this life, we must have definitely committed a lot of sins. So what about us? What is the hope? So Lord Krishna is telling over here that the souls who are freed from their minds, from the dualities of Ichcha and Dvesha, can worship him, with Dhrida unshakable determination. He says Dvanda Moha. Completely, if they are away from this duality, they can bhajante mam with Dhrida. So they are not seeking any kind of pleasure. Oh, I want to enjoy in this material world. They are not, having hatred also for in this material world. Oh, why that person is enjoying, I am not able to enjoy. That person is going to parties and all. I am sitting over here. He is not lamenting. He is not in pain. He is equal. He is away from this duality. And they're very peaceful. They just don't want to indulge with non-devotees. They will say hello, hi, that's it. How are you? Everything fine? Good. They move away. They don't want to indulge also in worldly pleasures so much because it may again confuse them. You have to be very careful when we have to follow a spiritual path. It's not that easy. Sometimes you get bewildered also, right? In chapter 2 also, Lord Krishna had said, what ignorant consider as night, the wise consider it as day. Such devotees, they aspire to go near, to get into the get under the shelter of God, and they want to get God realization, right? And whenever they face challenges in life, they say, yes, now I'm going to, advance in my spiritual path, and I will be able to do more of renunciation. Vairagya comes, whenever you're faced with a lot of difficulties and challenges in life, just remember that whenever we are faced with challenges, we should remember, okay, maybe we have got an opportunity for spiritual growth and renunciation. Because somebody says something and then we get that vairagya kind of thing. Okay, I just don't want to be here anymore, kind of. That is going to help us in our spiritual growth. So in the next shloka, Lord Krishna is going to talk about like what are the different endeavors, a personality will do to take the shelter of Krishna, right? And he's going to end the chapter also soon with very, very important instructions, which will help us to go and move closer to Krishna. So let's see the next two shlokas also. Jara marana mokshaya mama shritya yatanti te brahma tadviduh kritsnam adhyatmam karma chakhilam. Yes, please. Krishna Prasad Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. They are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lord Krishna has made it very clear that people who live their life very piously and whose sinful reactions had been eradicated, they are the ones who are able to practice bhakti, right? Then they are ones who practice bhakti in a very, very Dridhavrata way, very determined way. But now Lord Krishna is going to talk about another category of people who take shelter of Krishna in of course, under certain conditions. So here Lord Krishna is saying that Jara Marana Mokshaya, Jara Marana Mokshaya Mam Ashritya Yatanti. So there are class of people who are Yatanti. Yatanti means who are trying, who are endeavoring. For what? Who are endeavoring for moksha. Moksha means for the purpose of getting liberation. So liberation from what? They want to get liberated from jara. Jara means old age, and marana, that is death. They just want to get away and moksha from jara and free from jara and marana. So for that, what do they do? Okay, you want to get liberated from jara and marana, that old age and death. What do they do for that? Mama ashritya yatanti. They all take mama, my shelter. Ashraya. Ashraya means shelter. So they take my shelter. Te Brahma. Such people are actually Brahman. They are spiritual. Here, Brahman here means they are very spiritual. Why? Tad viduk kritsnam. Adhyatmam karma chakhilam. So actually they are vidhu. Vidhu means they know. They know what? Akhilam. Everything. Entirely. Entirely. Kritsnam. They know entirely. What? About what? What do they know everything? They know everything about what? Adhyatmam karma. They know about the karma, the activities of adhyatma, transcendental activities. They know everything. All the spiritual activities. They know everything. So in this verse, Lord Krishna is saying that God can be known. It's not that God has got a curtain in between, so we cannot see, God cannot see, but God can be seen. God can be known. But how? Only by the virtue of His grace. He has to give the grace. Those devotees who surrender to Him completely, entirely, Kritsnam, entirely, Akhilam, everything. You have to give away everything, entirely Kritsnam. Then you will be able to know Him because of His grace. Then you will receive His grace. So that is very, very important. The two words that we were using about Akhilam, which is everything, Krishna, which is entirely. These two we have to give away. Then we will be able to transcend, and go into that Adhyatmam karma, which is transcendental activities. That's when we will be able to get, and that only because of His grace. So Lord Krishna is stating that those who will take His shelter, they are going to be liberated from this jara and moksha, marana. They will be away from this cycle of birth and death forever. And by His divine grace, we will get Brahma Jnana, or the spiritual knowledge, knowledge of Brahman, Atma Jnana, knowledge of self, everything. Everything we will be able to get because of His grace. So in next shloka, that's the last shloka of the chapter, Krishna is going to talk about those people who actually, he says, who know me, who remember me at the time of death. And a very, very important shloka. So let's see that also. Sadhibhutadidevam mam sadhiyagyam cha ye viduhu prayanakalepi cha mam te viduryukta chetasaha. Yes, please. Whoever wants to read the last shloka.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Those in full consciousness of me who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and of all method of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of the death. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So throughout this chapter, Lord Krishna has given his own knowledge, right? So he has told about many different things. And now in the last shloka, Lord Krishna is going to talk about who is that personality, who can actually know, who can actually remember Krishna at the time of death. So Lord Krishna is telling over here, he is saying, Te Mam Vidhu. Te Mam Vidhu, those who know me, Mam, and Yukta Chetasaha. Yukta Chetana and Yukta means connecting. So they are connecting. The mind is engaged in me. So connected. So they know me as what? Whosoever's mind is completely connected to God all the time. How do they know me? What do they know about me as? And how do they think about me? As what? Adibhuta. Sa means he. He knows me as Adibhuta, the governor principle of the whole material manifestation. And Adi Daivam. They come to know me as governing principle of all the Devi Devtas and the demigods. And Adi Yajnam, governing principles of all the sacrifice, all the yajnas. Such a person, what happens to such a person who knows about all this? Prayana Kale Pichamam. Ye Vidur means such a person who actually understands, who actually knows Krishna, even at the time of Prayana Kali also, at the time of death, he will know. So such a person who knows Krishna as Adi Bhuta, Adi Devam, Adi Yajna, who actually knows him, who actually understands him, then even at the time of death also, he will be able to remember him. So this was Lord Krishna is mentioning that those are enlightened souls who know him, they are completely devoted to him, completely surrendered to him. So even at the time of death, they are in full consciousness of Lord Krishna. So they are the true devotees, and they, of course, they will attain his divine abode, the Goloka. But how can we remember God at the time of death? Death is such a painful journey, right? Very difficult to remember God at that time. We don't even know what condition will be, whether we'll be in ICU, whether we'll be at home, what moment the death is going to come, and that it's going to just pull us up. And we cannot say, please wait for some time. I have to start remembering God. You can't start like that, right? So how to remember then? So Lord Krishna is saying those enlightened beings, they are always filled with devotion all the time. Their mind, their intellect, everything is all surrendered only and attached to Krishna and Krishna and Krishna alone. That's it. So that is why their bodies are beyond pleasure. Their bodies are beyond pain. Because at the time of death, nothing, they can't feel anything because they have given up. They have surrendered everything to the Lord. So they have nothing to, feel about. So naturally, they will be going to Goloka Vrindavan. Where else can they go? So this seventh chapter explains to us, how we can become fully Krishna conscious person. This whole chapter was all about that, right? So Jnana Vijnana Yoga completely. So finally, Krishna ended this chapter very nicely with this punching verse that he said, 7.30, how one can remember Krishna and know him even at the time of death, right? So we need to understand that whatever happened in the past, right? Wherever we are right now, let us begin. Even today, at this moment, we should start. It's never too late to start our journey. Let's go back to Godhead, right? Hare Krishna. So let's move to the text 30. Who will read, please? How to become Krishna conscious. Beginning
Hare
with
Krishna.
devotees. Yes, please.
Yeah. How to become Krishna consciousness. Begin with association of devotee, surety of persons acting in Krishna consciousness, never deviated from path of entirely understanding. Understand Krishna in transcendental association. Understand Lord of governing as governing principle of material manifestation and even demigods. Gradually, they become convinced of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At time of death, he can never forget Krishna and promoted to Goloka Vrindavana. Adibhuta, governing principle of material manifestation. Adidaiva, governing principle of demigods. Adi Yajna. Adi Yajna. Is it Mataji?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Adi Yajna. Governing principle of all methods of sacrifice.
Dhrida Vrata, determined faith,
Faith,
beginning of
beginning of
bhakti.
bhakti. Conviction that simply by hearing and glorifying Supreme Lord, all the objectives will be fulfilled. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. So chapter 7, through hearing, ascending process, it's not possible because we have 4 limitations, and descending process, that's the bona fide process. We have to go through the parampara. Krishna's energy, which spoke about Krishna is everything, or the essence of everything is all powerful. Who rejects Krishna, who are very foolish, lowest of mankind, Maya Hritagnyana and Asurim Bhavamashritah. And who accepts it? The distressed, the desire, artharthi, the jignasu, and the jnani. Demigod worship, why do the people do? Whoever is less intelligent and because they have desires. What is the result of doing demigod worship? You get temporary results and go to the planet of demigod. And who can be a devotee? Who has got pious credits from his previous births also, who is not doing much sins now, and devotional service he is doing with Dhrida Vrata, which is determination. So, Om Tat Sat Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastri Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Dhyana Vijnana Yogo Nama Saptamo Dhyayaha Krishna Arpanamastu Vancha Kalpataru Krishna Kripa Sindhu Bhya Patita Nam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Rama 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 Hare
Rama Rama.